Welcome to Mystic Star Magic for my new friends and for my old friends who've been with me for a while. Oh, welcome back. Alright, so, super excited. This one is all about the messages your guardian angel wants you to hear. So, you have no idea. I'm just, even just the energy, like let's just talk about the energy that I'm feeling right now. I'm quite excited. Like, it's just like I feel so uplifted, and I feel like that's the energy that, like, the guardian angels kind of are here. I feel like there's a big shift and change happening. And that's sort of like, I almost feel like, whew, like I want to exhale and kind of feel very giddy. And I feel like that's not just a specific guardian angel, but just overall the collective of all of them. And I'm noticing that, like, I'm tuning in more to the collective energy, and this is just something I can feel. I feel like we're gearing up for a major level up and like a lot of shift and changes. There is a thing though, like, you don't even have to listen to this, but there may be like little stumbling blocks along the way, but it's nothing you won't overcome. And so that's just what I wanted to say. So with that, let me actually show you each pile. So this is pile 1. Right here, right there. Oh, you can feel it. I feel this energy and I really like it. This is pile 2. You can see it really good. Okay, and this is gonna be pile 3 right here. Look at that. Look at that. And I leave this here for you because it could just be the picture. It could be the words. It could be so many things. Just listen to your intuition. It's gonna guide you to the right pile. You can just feel it. Oh, I'm excited for you. Okay, let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. Clear our mind. I would say shift and stretch a little bit if you want to. And now as you exhale and open your eyes, choose whichever pile draws you to it. And if you choose more than one, it's totally fine. All right, let's do this. Hello, my friends from group 1. Oh my goodness, I am so happy you are here. You have no idea. In case you missed the intro, I'm just like, this energy, just even the the energy of, I feel like the collective of all guardian angels is more like we're shifting, we're changing, and we're like advancing, going higher. So love it. And I love that this is like the overall energy here. We have these 2 big cards here, and we will have more oracle cards, and at the later on we're going to do the tarot, but this is how we're doing it. So forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had, and then your life is a canvas, artist, manifestation, creative, accountability. And do you see why this like energy is so exciting? Because it's like that's what it is. It's like fresh air. It really is. It's sort of like, when I'm filming this, well, this is a timeless reading. It's spring, like it's becoming spring. You can feel it in the air. You can feel the shift and change. And I feel that that's what it is here. So, what are we seeing here? Oh, look at all the abundance. I want you to see this. This is like all this abundance. There's like water everywhere. There's this sense of abundance. Like we have this earth here, like this abundant, but we also have this sense here of the sky. And for me, that's sort of like balancing your spirituality with your practical like life, your everyday life, if you will. So there is a sense of like in both areas. Don't follow. It's sort of like you're meant to lead. You're meant to be something more. Oh, and I feel it. I'm like, there's a sense of excitement here. And for some of you, maybe that leadership comes in terms of like creativity, like creating your own, definitely your own life, right? Like there's always like, you're not finding yourself, you're actually creating yourself. And that's sort of the message I'm getting here for you. So this is really big. This is what your guardian angel wants you to hear. They want you to see it. It's like, no, it almost makes me feel like And I've been feeling this a little bit lately. It's sort of like if you're feeling like the odd man, like, or odd woman out, that's okay, because that's sort of where you're meant to be right now. Um, Even I feel like if you're a little confused, you're like, I think the confusion comes in because it's sort of like you're looking at two roads. And here it's funny because it's sort of like, but you're not even supposed to take road A or B. You're supposed to kind of go like on your own. You're supposed to even come up with your own, create your own path. And I feel like that's what I'm seeing here for you. Creating your own path. Again, very much with creativity. And oh, this is also something like releasing any limitations that others have put on you, and you have like kind of internalized them and put on yourself. So if somebody's told you, oh, that can't be done, I feel like your guardian angels are saying, yeah, I can. You can be the first one to do it. So I want you to, like, specifically, I'm sure, like, you know who you are, because it may not be for everybody, but it just feels like, yeah, you can do it. You can be the first to do whatever it is that you're thinking of doing. So very, very beautiful energy. You have no idea. It's sort of like I feel like they're cheerleading you on, or like motivating you. Let's see what we have more. We have, okay, so allowing nourishment to come through. So taking care of your body, taking care of your like body, your spiritual body as well, and also like the creative body. So like nourish yourself in all ways. Yeah, like, so I'm not just speaking like, okay, yeah, eat healthy or whatever. No, I'm sort of like engage in life in a way that you can gain nourishment. So like nourishment in terms, especially for creativity, it's sort of like not closing yourself off, but engaging. That's the thing. That's the nourishment. Because if you're a creative in any way, it's sort of like creativity sparked by engaging in life. I really do believe that, very much so. Also, the flow of the moon, like there is an ebb and flow, and you can see here there's like a need also, I feel like, emotions to flow here. There's this interesting though here, I wanted to point it out before, but your life is a count. It's sort of like you actually see here, like here you have this abundance, you have this, I love this, like, oh, I totally put myself in there if I could. Or even here, it's like you can see this like abundance, you could see this potential here, but here it seems like more of a desert, right? I feel like that's how you feel now. You feel like there's a sense of like, I do maybe aloneness, because again, if you're creating something that nobody's ever created, or that others might be like, oh no, you shouldn't be doing this, you feel alone. But I feel like, yeah, that's what I'm also hearing here. It's sort of like your guardian angels are like, no, we're sending you nourishment. There is a sense here, again, a flow. It's the opening. That's the flow. I feel like it's sort of like the flow of it. And I feel like there's a sense of here needing to really listen to emotions coming through here. We have like create. Yeah, look at this. We need to create. There's a sense of creativity here. And let me just, because I kind of forget. Okay, these are the Star Seed Oracle. These are my healing, Nature's Healing Oracle, and this is my Mystic Sight Oracle, which I like it. And you see the emotions are playing a strong role here. Because like you can see the water here, and I just feel like there's a sense of wanting this emotions to flow. And so here I want to say, like, even if you're feeling insecure, that's okay. That's like your guardian angel is saying, that's okay. It's okay to feel all these things, and look at the emotions. The emotions are just different. Like it could just even mean like it's just different lights. It's all it is. Not to because I feel like for some of us we prevent ourselves from feeling, like we think we're feeling it, but really what we're feeling is the resistance of the emotion. And I feel like that might be the fear, because I do feel like there's a sense of fear here, because it's a sense of being alone, and there's that as well. But look at this. This is all about creating. You're meant to create. Oh, look at it's. I love the colors. Even here, the aquamarine. It's just or the teal, whichever you want to call it, but it's just sort of like I'm getting refreshed. It's getting like, I feel like you've been in a desert and now like your guardian angels are like, no, there's so much more. There's like water. There's this, I want to even say this haven that you, and I feel like that's you're creating and it's already there. Or maybe that you're going to create with it and the nourishment comes with it. Just, whew. But like I said, don't allow your emotions to flow. That's so important here. I feel like, okay. And it's sort of like, yeah, like that. And then nourishing. I feel like you're nourishing also your spirit with creativity. So it doesn't even have to be like anything big. It could just be taking out like doodling or something. It's sort of like your spirit, your soul needs to create something. Yeah. And look, and it's because I love this. Look, there's a sense here of longing. There's a sense of loneliness. And here, look at this. You're opening yourself up. There's a total shift and changes that it's coming through here. This is the Lavender Love Dreams by V Love and Tara. You can find all of these guys on Etsy. This one you can find in Hay House or Amazon. Okay, and then we have, and then this is Feelings in Bloom. So we have Dreamcatcher, protecting against harm or negativity, ignoring signs or warnings around you. But then there's also this sense of envious. So my qualities are beyond compare. So maybe that's an emotion that you're feeling. There's an emotion that you're like envious. You're like, oh, how come and I could see why. And I want you to say, like, I want to tell you that it's okay to feel that, because you're like, oh, you're staring at here. Like I said, you could just be like the odd person out, and you're like, you don't. I feel like maybe you feel a little bit lost. Or maybe just confused, or you're like, I don't know, like I want something, you want happiness and you want joy, you want this, and you're gonna get it. But like I said, it has to come from like you creating, it has to come from you. I really want to say choosing your own path. So if you are feeling envious, others could be also envious of you, and you may not even be aware of it, because I have to say, one of the qualities which bring about lots of envy is sort of somebody who, like follows their own drumbeat, somebody who's their own leader, somebody who creates their own life. Doesn't like, if you actually look at like the nonconformists, they're really independent people. They are usually the ones who are attacked the most in terms of like envy, and in terms of like, because yeah, it really is that way. I mean, like if you actually see somebody who's truly independent, who's truly doing what, like, their own thing, a lot of people who can't or who are afraid to do it will usually lash out. And if you ever actually, like the Artist Way, and this might be something that you might hear, the Artist Way, which is like a workbook. There was she says there's this thing called the shadow artist. So there's people who want to create, who are artists, but they, for whatever reason, they've told themselves they can't, it doesn't make money. It's not something they can do. Like, like they were brought up to think that, or they themselves won't allow it. And so since they can't express the creativity, since they can't be the artist, right, they have to be a shadow artist, where they keep it inside, and right, this all bottle everything inside. So whenever somebody else creates, they're always critical. They're always lashing out. They're always like, so you create something and somebody says, oh, it's okay. Or like, but in their head, they're thinking, I could have done it better. I could have done it that. Or they always poo-poo when you're creative, you have some idea and you're like, oh my goodness, I have this amazing idea. And they're that one friend or that relative who just kind of goes like, yeah, but that's really hard, or oh yeah, you're not that good, or like they actually don't even hold the punches. They're like, you're not that good at it, or you know what I mean? And so that is sort of like, don't necessarily listen to that, because they're coming from a place of where they're not allowing themselves to create. And I feel like, and if you're in that part, if you're in that situation where you're the shadow artist right now, right, where you criticize others, not in a mean way, but just because, then I feel like your guardian angel is calling you out. It's like, come on, my friend, let's create. That's the only way to get rid of this. And if you are being attacked because you are creating, then, just, I almost want to say, like, don't listen to them, but just acknowledge where they're coming from. That's what I want to say. And the dream catcher, although I can see that, yes, it's for protection against harm and negativity, and maybe that's what you need, but there's also, for me, the dream catcher has always been like catching your dreams, like literally, like I could see, like, instead of, because I don't know about you, but I'm a person who, like, has so many different dreams. Sometimes I'm like, oh yes, okay, I feel like the dream catcher catches those dreams, and so I may not act on it right away, but I can come to it little by little. And so that's what I feel like the dream catcher represents for me. I feel like this is the time for you to work on your dreams. And I feel like that's what your guardian angels are trying to say to you. These are like the actual angel messages, and I'm gonna get to them. Do I want to do this like right away? All right, let's do this right away, and then I'll do the tarot. Okay, so let's do what you have enlightenment here, and this is by Beloved Tarot. Again, you can find it on her Etsy, and she also has it on eBay as well. So this is her angel hearts messages. And so enlightenment, angel 809, and then your angels are letting you know of a strong connection to spiritual enlightenment. The loss of karma are working behind the scenes, and it is to me that there is a sense of your spirituality coming through here. But again, it's sort of like, it's not only just your spirituality, it's sort of like more than that. It's the spirituality, but even in your like your life here as well. Yeah, like your 3D life as well as your 5D life, if you will. And then change is unavoidable. And so and it looks to me, it's sort of like, it's understanding. I want to like say that it's, for some of you, maybe it's changing that feeling of enviousness to creating something, so that you're excited about something. For others of you, it's changing, understanding that, oh, you're gonna have to, like, well, you don't have to, but it's like your guardian angels are suggesting, recommending, that you move forward into I almost want to say, in an unknown direction, where you choose your own path here, where you create your own path. Actually, it's not even, and that there will be such beautiful outcomes. So if you're kind of feeling like you're stuck in this comfort zone, it's sort of like your angels are saying, your guardian angels are saying, you gotta move out of that. You gotta kind of do something. Oh, that might be a little scary for you, because I do feel like there is, but it's so well worth it. Oh, I really like it. Okay, let's see what your tarot has for you. So what does the collective of group one's guardian angel want them to hear right now? What does the collective of group angel want them to hear right now? Yeah. Okay, look at that. Wow. Okay. Yeah. It's a lot of, like, wow, I love this. Yeah, okay, look at that. I want you to see this. I'm trying to, okay, let's do it this way. All right, so I can see, look, I want you to see this joy and happiness that you have available to you. And I want you to see, this is you. This is the Queen of Wands, my friend. Creative, entrepreneurial, like, oh, I would say, like, there's a sense of attraction, creativity, sexiness. This is like all these qualities, very, very, like, oh, creative and magnetic. Yes. Oh, charming. Oh, look at all these qualities about you. And so, and all of that is like with this happiness. Again, financial, like, this is total financial independence, joy, enjoying all the fruits of your labor. We have the 9 of Pentacles. We have the 10 of Pentacles. Happiness, joy, fulfillment with family. There's a 10 of Cups. Happiness, joy, fulfillment. It's sort of like again and again. And I feel like that's sort of like, but needing, like, and this one just sort of came out. I wasn't trying to. It's like there's a sense of needing time, and that's okay. That this is going to come in time. I do feel like that's something that maybe Spirit wants to hear. Well, your guardian angel. It may take time, but it's well worth it. And what I'm also seeing here is that we are like here. You have to make a choice, and we kind of knew that you had to make a choice, because you're going on a path unknown, and it's sort of like it's you've been maybe putting it off, maybe you've been avoiding having to make that choice, but your guardian angel saying, no, you got to make that choice. You got to take that leap of faith and move in towards the directions where your true dreams are coming through. Again, when I was talking about this comfort zone and needing to change out of that, that could be the devil card. It's sort of like where we feel like we don't really have control, but it's not even that. It's sort of like, it's sometimes the comfort zone is, I would say, like the devil. It's the thing that keeps us from going higher, from achieving more, because of the same, like we have a sense of comfort. It could be delicious sweet stuff. It could also be like binge watching things. It could be so many different things. I'm just calling out one of the things that I do. So I'm sorry. Yeah, like, oh yeah, binge reading for some of you. But it's sort of like, this is what's standing in the way of you going to the next level, and your guardian angels are saying it's time for the next level, and it's time for you to move out of that comfort zone. And I feel like this is sort of like, when I'm telling you this, I also feel like it's me being called out here as well. So I understand this path for you, but I want you to, like, the highlight is really this. It's sort of like acknowledging the Queen of Wands, that you are the Queen of Wands. And for some of you, I always believe when we hear like there's a certain card that we need to like kind of like connect to, I like to, for example, I like to put the specific card, like this would be good, just kind of connecting to the Queen of Wands energy, looking it up, like look what like, she's an amazing queen. Then we have like this so much like financial independence. I am like loving this for you, because I feel like there's a lot of scarcity coming through here. There's a, like I said, this is sort of you in like this desert, when in reality is that you're meant to have this abundance, this like, I can't even show you how different they are. They're so different. So there's that. I feel like that's such an important thing. And then because I again, like, I feel like this is also like a very strong message here for me as well, but there's a sense here of this, it's okay if sometimes you slip back and you go back, but you got to make the decision to keep coming, keep moving forward, right? So understandably, so one day you go and you do the whole I'm staying in the comfort zone. The next day, like, keep trying until you pull yourself out of this comfort zone, out of this, whatever it is that this is, whatever is holding you back. Like, I feel like spending your like maybe money or time unwisely, or like doing things to avoid having to really make that decision and make that call. Decide, what do you want for your life? What do you really want to create? And I feel like your guardian angels are going to uplift you doing that. Let's go ahead and see what your star seed message is. I'm going to be using this one. And this one is the Dreaming Cat Tarot. So very excited. All right, let's see what messages what your guardian angel has for you. Group 1. Abundance, yes. When your heart's intention is to serve humanity, doors of abundance open, like naturally open. And that's something that I feel like you haven't, and I haven't been tuning into as well. Like, the abundance that's coming your way is like amazing, but you gotta like take that step, take that leap. Your soul ascension, so your soul is evolving to a state of consciousness. You are ready for this, and we can see this because not only do we see like there's this beautiful abundance here, but we also see the stars, at which for me is really is you're going into a deeper level. You're definitely leveling up, but that just feels like that. And look at this fruition. So rest assured, your dreams and visions will come to fruition. Again, your dreams. What are your dreams? And that's an important one. If you want, you could, like, right now, before I even end this and everything, right now, pause, write out all the dreams that you have and that you want. Like literally, like, what is it that you really want your life to be like? And if you haven't, consider going and like taking out from the library or something, the Artist Way, which is a workbook. It really helped me, and so much so that maybe I'll do it again too. So thank you so much for being here. I am so happy. Like, I'm very proud of you. That's something I have to say. I know this road may seem scary. Like I said, being the first one to do something or to just go out of the norm is hard. It is, it can be lonely at times, but you're not alone, my friend. And definitely your guardian angel is there watching over you. So I am very blessed and honored that I was able to read your cards. I'm sending you a giant hug, and until I see you in the next one, bye-bye, my dear friends. Oh, my friends from group 2. Oh my goodness, you have no idea how I'm excited like I am to be able to do this reading for you. So this is all about your guardian angel and what messages they have for you. And just overall though, it's just, I love this energy because it is so uplifting. It's like, oh yeah, it made me quite excited to do this. So here is the overall like energy of this message, if you will. So lost lands, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before, and you have star ancestors, hidden secret, lost windows. Look a little deeper. So my friends, you definitely what can I say here? Well, you definitely have. Well, you've done this before. So, and soul memories and gifts. So what I'm seeing here is that it's time for you to connect to your gifts. That's what I'm seeing here. And this could be your psychic abilities. It could be creative abilities. It's sort of like, for me, it's sort of like you know what this is, because a star ancestor, hidden secret, lost wisdom. And I feel like so it's your guardian angels, but it's also here, it's your ancestors coming forward as well. So they're kind of, I almost want to say, uniting and connecting. I want to just keep saying it's sort of like, you know what it is. It's time. It's like I kind of just keep hearing it's time, my friend. It's time. What are you? It's time. It's time for those gifts. It's time for you to connect to them. They were not lost, and I feel like that's something. And you're not lost either. That's something that I want to say. You're not lost, and that is like. Yeah, like you're not lost. You actually have a lot to go on, but you do need to look a little deeper. You do need to, I almost feel like for some of you, maybe looking at, for those of you who are like, feel like this is the psychic abilities that are coming forth, that you're connecting to, maybe looking at books. Also for maybe some of you connecting to actually like talking to your relatives about this as well, maybe, or mentors. It's sort of like you're being called to refine your gifts. Does that make sense? I feel like that it totally does. I feel like you have so much power. You have so many gifts here, and you're just, I feel like you're just on the surface. So here it's sort of like this. This is where you're feeling like you're just seeing the tip of the iceberg right there. You're just seeing the tip, and then there's so much more left. So I'm going to say search deep. And by that, I mean, go out, find books, go out, find mentors. Like, because that's something else that I want to say. It's sort of like this, your guardian angel doesn't want you to go at it by yourself. It doesn't, like, it feels like there's like mentors around you. There's people who are there to help you. I feel like there's a great wealth of knowledge around you. You just have to plug in, connect to it. Oh, I really like this. Change, yeah, okay. And seek, look at this. I keep saying seek. It is. It's because you're like, there's, I feel it. And again, it's sort of like seek in like over here in the hidden caves. For some of you, maybe even like, I feel like maybe going to Arizona or going to like, or somewhere where you can connect. There's different vortexes all over the world, I guess. If you can go to one of them, that might be good. And those of you who can't, because, if I can't go, I don't have the money for it. You can definitely connect to those areas. And that's maybe something else too. Like you can connect with them just by having like a picture and just meditating on it. They'll give you the knowledge that you do. And the change here is sort of like, who now this is fall, right? This is like, you can see the fall, the change that's coming is going deep within yourself. I feel like there is a sense of for some of you, time for hermit, and you're probably like, I've already been in a hermit mode. No, but these are deeper. These are like, I feel like lots of meditation is what I'm gonna say too. There's a sense of meditation coming through here. And I know, like, it's like, oh, but no, it's just like meditation to really get to find knowledge that you need. Oh, also for some of you, feel like there's Reiki for stuff like that too. So I have twin flames. Let's see. Okay, and so let me actually tell you, because I forget, like, to do. Sometimes I don't do the oracles and what I use. And so this is the Starseed Oracle that I really like. This is my Nature's Healing, and this is my Mystic Site. And I'll try to remember to keep going over it over. Okay. And so here it is. There's a sense of hope coming through. I do like this again. So if you've been going through a rough time, there is a sense of hope coming through here. If for some of you this has to do with your twin flame, again, the lost lands, it's sort of like you may think that all is lost in terms of this, but I feel like no, something is shifting and something is changing. So this is interesting to me, because it's sort of like, for some of you, this guardian angels are saying there's going to be a shift and change within your twin flame dynamic. For some of you, for others of you, I feel like it's kind of finding your, because the twin flame, like being your own twin flame, if you will, in terms of like really finding, like, I always think about it as understanding, looking at yourself. There's the shadow and the light inside of you. And I almost want to say like the light wins here. But it, and what I want to say with that, with the shadow and light and the light winning, but it's sort of like the shadow is like these hidden gifts that you have. Maybe for some of you, you had them, you felt them, especially when you were little, and then people quite couldn't understand it, and so you might have like kind of suppressed them a little bit, and that happens a lot. And I feel like, no, it's time to like revive the flames. It's time to awaken them. Hope coming through here. Like I said, I feel like strongly like, whew, for many of you, I feel like there's a sense of feeling lost, or feeling like tough, like you had tough times. I feel like, no, like it helped in some way to be who you are, but there's good things coming for you. But now it's time for you to find the knowledge, find the mentor, I want to say the answers a little bit, and the answers are always within yourself. The mentor is just going to help you, guide you to be able to open yourself up to those answers. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to be using the Feelings in Bloom by Beloved Tarot. These are on Etsy and eBay. These are on Etsy. And then we have Lavender Love Dreams, and that's Rain Boots. So we have 10. So you've been holding on to, yeah, like that's the energy. I feel like there's a lot of tension. There's like breathe, release, repeat. So you've been holding on to this, sort of like, and I really want to say you've been holding on to your own gifts. You've been hiding them, maybe, whether you know it or not. Like, you have like this potential to be so, wow, I can't even really formulate how like amazing those gifts of yours are. And they come naturally too. Not everybody has that, but I feel like you probably suppressed them a little bit. You've been holding on. Now it's time for you to be ready to open. And that's an important thing, though. Sometimes, and why I think having a good mentor, like a good mentor, a legit mentor, or even, is because sometimes we need that help. We need that guiding light to get us to go deeper, at least in the beginning, because there's a lot of how do I say it? because I do feel like you're very powerful. And if you don't know how to use, like, it's that cliche, with a lot of power comes great responsibility, right? But it is sort of like that. And so it's now time for you to acknowledge it and use that strength that you have. Rain boots, so focus, preparation, hard work, dealing with uncertain negative. No, it's sort of like you're focusing, you're preparing, and this hard work that's coming your way, it's fine because you're ready. You're ready to unleash, I would say, your potential, to unleash your gifts. You're ready. And your guardian angel saying, yes, you're ready for it. And there's, let's see what other, so strength, yeah. I feel like maybe for some of you, you didn't feel that you were strong enough for it, but you are. And look at the angels are there with you, Archangel Gabriel. And here it's really with this, with the solar plexus chakra, we have this connection to really your strong intuition. You know this. Like, I really, it should be more like it echoes something that you know inside of you. Independence. 1717 angel, very beautiful. Your angels, and this is Angel Heart Messages by V Love and Tarot. Angel Feather Messages, which is coming. It's being updated, but will be coming to Etsy soon. Your angels are reminding you to depend on yourself, stand up for yourself, and do the right thing. And the right thing for you is sort of like connecting to that, connecting to your strength, connecting to your gifts. That's what's needing for you to do. Yeah. Let's see what your tarot has to say. Let's see what. I'll leave it there. What does the collective of group 2's guardian angel want them to hear right now? What does the collective of 2? What does the collective of group 2's angel want them to hear right now? Okay. So what I can see here, and I really do like this. Yeah, it's time for you to stop masking something. So here's the 7 of Swords. You have 2 aces. It's in the beginning here. So it's time for you to stop masking, starting to stop hiding, stop. Yeah, like it is. You have a sense of clarity coming. That's sort of, I love this because that's sort of that the message that's coming through here. The Ace of Swords. This is what you are at. Understanding. There's a sense here of the 6 of Pentacles. So it's sort of like again, could be this twin flame with this balance coming through here, but it's also like a sense of giving. Yeah, it's sort of like the giving and receiving, but willing to receive. I feel like there's a sense of you being closed off, and now it's time for you to open yourself up and receive this. Receive, yes. Knight of Wands. Following through here, I almost want to say like, and the Knight of Wands is the one that's seeking, the one that's searching. Yeah, so it is. It's really like it's time for you to take action. It's time for you to. Even if you're going within yourself, even in sense of introspection, it's sort of like it's time for you to start to take action. It's no longer enough to mask or hide. It's time for you to take that action because you have an Ace of Cups. There's some sense of coming through, fulfillment, joy coming through as well. A sense of clarity. I really want to say that you're understanding who you are, and that's what I feel like. It's sort of like finally acknowledging all your gifts, all your beautiful, all the different things that you're capable of doing and can do. It's sort of like acknowledging all of that. It's so beautiful. It sort of takes my breath away. Acknowledging who you are, and no longer masking. This is sort of like you're no longer masking. You're no longer pretending to be somebody you're not. And that makes me so happy because it's sort of like you're not meant to do that. You're not meant to hide anymore. It's sort of like this sense again, sense of balance coming through. The Justice card here, sort of like finding that balance. I also want to say for some of you, And so I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it like it. So you're walking away from this Seven of Swords, and because there's two different kind of energies here. Although I feel like both those energies are like fine because overall lots of gifts and lots of like you have like psychic gifts. You have like these gifts that you've known, but you've squished down a little bit. But for some of you who this twin flames is what this is about a lot. I feel like there's a sense coming through. For some of you, maybe there would be like some sort of finally, like the if you're in separation, you're finally coming. There's finally a shift and change here, and there's a sense for some of you. Maybe there's finally a connection. There's finally that thing when it comes, and we have like a new beginning here coming, and having this balance, and then finally moving forward. I do feel like that's for some of you that's coming through, but regardless of this, it just feels like to me it's like karma's coming for you in a good way. Right? It's not in the like, oh no, it's bad karma. No, it's a good karma. Sorry if you can't really see the sun shifted and changed a little bit, but the strong here is clarity through action. Yeah, I really like this. Okay, so let's see what the starseed cards have for us, and this is the Dreaming Cats Tarot. So let's see what advancement. So a strong energy is propelling you forward. Follow the stirrings of your heart, and that's totally the Knight of Wands. I love that. That is perfect. I love when things are like that and release. So release anything that keeps you from your path of authenticity. Yes, because that is exactly what you need to do. We are so letting go of that mask. You are really, I love this. Oh my goodness. And signs, like the universe has been gently nudging you forward by revealing you signs and synchronicity. So listening to the signs and magnificence. You are amazing, magnificent, and unique, but most importantly, you are enough. And so that's something that maybe you're starting to understand as you connect to who you really are and who you're meant to be. Oh, like I said, this was an exciting reading. I felt this healing, beautiful energy that's coming through. And I'm so grateful that I was able to do this reading for you. I hope you like it. If you did, please do consider giving it a thumbs up, and please do consider subscribing. Also, if you haven't done so, please go to the community tab and consider entering for the personal giveaway. It's for I have 2 winners this month. There's supposed to be 2 winners, and each one is supposed to be an hour long. So go and there and you'll find the post there. Also, if you want to vote for what readings that we do, this was one of the chosen ones. So that's pretty good. I think I'm going to do it like the top ones, or like, so it'd be every other week. So you don't have to vote too much. So thank you so much for being here. I am sending you a giant hug, and until I see you next one. Bye-bye, my dear friends. Oh, my dear friends, welcome to Mystic Star Magic Group 3. I'm so excited you're here. Oh, you have no idea. This energy that's coming through, oh, it's so exciting. I really like it. So this is your overall guardian angel messages, kind of like, or the energy that's around this. So here we have loosen your grip, coping mechanism, destiny, addiction, let God in. And then we have you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. And that is beautiful. Because this is actually, I like group 2 has similar message, but I feel like this is going to be a little different. I'm like, I don't even know. Well, let's go into you're not for everybody. That's an important message to hear, actually, because I feel like this loosen your grip, let God in terms of the loosen the grip. To me, it's sort of like trying to conform, and I feel like that's the message, that it's like you're not meant to conform. You're not meant to be like everybody else. You're meant to be unique. And so you are trying to hold on, and possibly not only for yourself, but you're trying to also have others conform to your view of them, right? And it's not like a judgment here, Carl. It's sort of like, because when we want others to conform to how we want, or whether it's others or circumstances, it's not coming from a place of like, it's more coming of a place that you want them to be happy, and you want like others to do that. But sometimes when we do that, we're actually focused way too much on others, and I feel like that's something that can I don't know why I'm saying it, but that's sort of what I'm hearing. It's sort of like you not so focused on others, but really starting to focus on yourself. That's what I'm seeing here. So, and for some of you, this is like important to let God in. And so it's not like some people don't necessarily like to even hear the word God. It's just like, kind of like, I can get it. You can call whatever, but that the higher power, if you will. But what is here is sort of, I almost want to say to you, trust, like really trust. Because really good things are coming, but I feel like you are a bit scared of that. So I want to say just have faith and trust, because it feels like for you, even here with this listening in groups, sort of like you're feeling like there's a free fall, and that's when we try to control this because we feel like we don't have any, right? That's the thing where we're feeling in a free fall, and I feel like, oh no, your guardian angels are there going like, no, this may feel like it, but it's really meant for you. I almost feel like you're recently I just keep talking about the rabbit hole. It's like you're falling down the rabbit hole, but it's not like, it shouldn't feel like a free fall. It should I almost feel like you're meant to just kind of swim in the air, swim in it, swim towards it, swim towards something deeper. That's what I really feel like it. So I feel like that's sort of like trust. And if you don't want to trust in God, then trust in your guardian angels. If you don't want to trust in them, trust in your ancestors. And if you don't want to trust, just trust. There's a sense of trust. It's not a free fall. It really isn't. And so you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. And that's something else that's coming through here. And that's sort of, we try to conform, we try to like I said, we try to conform others, and we try to conform ourselves too into a certain thing. And I've said it before, sometimes you're going to be the villain in people's stories, not in your own, hopefully, but in other people. It's because we can't always do what others want us to do, and we can't be the people that other people want us to be. And the same can be said of them. We can't expect others to be who we want them to be. But I want you to see this. This is like, you are powerful here. And to me, this is like Mars. You're like, there's a sense of power here that you are, I feel like, almost suppressing. No, you're powerful. And you're meant to be powerful. And I feel like that's your guardian angel saying, yep, don't play small, my friend. Don't play small. And yeah, see, it's time for soaring. Yes, it is. It's sort of like, and that's what I'm seeing. It's sort of like, I feel like you're not on a free fall, even if it feels like that. It's sort of, you're meant to fly, or swim. I like to think about it swimming too. And there's a lot of growth here for you. Oh, beautiful. And this is my Nature's Healing Oracle. And so you're taking off, whether you know it or not. And there's a lot of growth here. You're finally looking up. You've been looking down a lot, huh? I can feel the energy of like, I feel like it's not like you're just looking down. It's sort of like you're looking down at yourself. Oh, no, don't do that, my friend. Oh, gosh. You are you're amazing. That's the thing. I always feel like there's a lot of growth. I want you to look up. I want you to see the sun. I want you to see the stars. I want you to see you're part of them all. And I feel like that's something else too, that maybe for some of you, this addiction, maybe this free fall, whatever it is that you're going through, is because you can't deal with it. But no, don't look down, look up. Your growth there is beautiful. Like I can't even say how beautiful your energy is. It's just, I wish I could hug you. That's all I have to say, because you don't know how special you are. And that's why I love this. Embrace your weirdness. Embrace who you are. Oh, if everybody did that. Self-love, yes, that's what I'm seeing here. You're definitely needing a little bit of self-love here. And I feel like there's a sense here of guarding. Like, yes, I feel like you've closed yourself off, and no, it's time to open, my friends. You're soaring. And it's okay not to be for everybody, and it's okay if nobody, like if lots of people don't accept who you are, it's okay. That's like, I feel like your guardian angels was like, oh no, I love you, your God loves you. It's sort of like all this thing. It's like, you're loved, your ancestors love you, you're loved. You don't have to keep hiding, you don't have to keep I feel like you wear a wall around you because you're protecting because it's coming from fear. But no, it's time. We're supposed to be opening up ourselves. There's a sense of self-love coming through here. No, I really love this. Like, so nurturing, this energy. I wish you could connect to your guardian angel, feel their love for you. This is the Mystic Side Oracle. This is Feelings in Bloom and Lavender Dreams by Beloved Tarot. You can find all these guys on Etsy. These things you can find on eBay. So apologetic, take full responsibility. Maybe for some of you, maybe it's time for you to apologize, and whether it's apologize to others or apologize to yourself. And if it's you're waiting for somebody else to apologize but they never will, that's okay. Write an apology on their behalf for yourself, to yourself. Because it's sort of like maybe there's a sense of holding on. I really feel like there's a sense of isolation here. There's a sense of, with the garden even here, it's just sort of like you feel like you're free falling, and it's not true. I can feel your angels hug you and help you so much if you just allow. Yes. We're working on self-love here. Valentine's for you, new relationship that's going well, love lost or romantic disappointment. And for some of you, maybe that's what it is. There's a sense of you've lost yourself a little bit in a connection where you're just like, where your confidence failed you a little bit because maybe there was a breakup. Or for some of you, it's that you're looking for love and you're like, I can't find love as I am. And it's sort of like, no, that's first of all, we need to have self-love, right? That's why the self-love is here. And maybe that apology, whether it's to yourself or to like something in the past, it's okay. I feel like once you have this self-love, once you understand that you are not free falling, once you really appreciate who you are, if you're looking for love, it will come. And it might even be like somebody comes back, the person who hurt you, and apologizes, whether it's energetically or in physicality. Oh, I really like this. Okay, so we have, this is the angel messages, angel heart messages, and then there's my angel feather messages. This is by Beloved Tarot. This is by me, and it's coming to Etsy. I'm updating it. I will focus on that. Here we have focus. So Angel 8484, your angels are urging you to be aware of the obstacles that are surrounding you. Now is the time to start planning and making changes. So there is a sense of changing. But it's here, look at this. I want you to see this peace after chaos. And I do feel like you have been going through this chaos. This actually feels like, and I wanted to say what it was. Excuse my cough. But it feels like to me like this is like a tower moment or like a 10 of swords. Because something like that where you just like, even a 3 of swords, but it's like, it feels too intense to be like, it's like a 10 of swords or a tower moment of some kind. And that's why it feels like you're in a free fall a little bit. It could also be the devil, but it feels like it's like something where you've lost something and you feel like, oof, yeah, it feels heavy. But no, look, there's peace after the chaos. And I want you to see this. You're going to soar. I really wanted to stay focused on the self-love. And whatever it is that, even if even if it's a tough time right now, because it says like here, focus on where you want to go next. What's your next move? Let's see what it's all part of this. This is all part of the plan for your growth. You're soaring. I feel like you were closer and closer to really appreciating this awesomeness that is you. All right, let's see what the tarot has for you, which will hopefully give us even more. What does the collective of group 3's guardian angel want them to hear right now? What is the collective of group 3's angel want them to hear right now? Okay, that's the 8 of swords. Yeah, okay. 10 of wands. Okay, tell me what do they need to hear right now? 3 of swords, Queen of wands. Okay. 6 of yeah. There's like, I can see there's like a sense of loss here. But and that's sort of like you feel like there's no control here with this 8 of swords. It's in a lot of it's always in your thoughts here. You also have the Wands, which here you have 10 of Wands, which just feels like you have a lot, like you have a lot going on, right? And there's this 3 of Swords, which I really did think of 3 of Swords, and we also have the 5 of Cups. But I want you to see, that's so funny that the Queen of Wands wants to show up, and then Group 1 also had the Queen of Wands in them. But it's sort of like, this is the energy, this is you, not like you feeling. I almost feel like you feel like there's a sense of powerlessness here. I'm sorry if like the sun is making this a little weird. Hopefully you can actually see this. But you are feeling like you are powerless in many ways here. It's sort of like that's what you feel, but I feel like that's not true. You're going to overcome whatever this 3 of Swords is. You're going to like get out of this this 8 of Swords, and you're like, I feel like you're going to drop some of this 10, because I feel like from the 10 you go to the Queen. Like you have a lot, and then there's a 5 of Swords, so you are missing it's like there's a lot of sadness here. But you also have the 6 of Wands, and the 6 of Wands is what kind of, and even here, 6 of Wands is sort of like, you will overcome this. That's sort of what I'm hearing. It's like you're going to overcome this. Instead, you're going to grow bigger. And again, be who you're meant to be. It's like you're not for everybody. And so you're not for everybody. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. And so maybe for those of you who this is about love, maybe that wasn't who you were meant to be with, right? This is sort of like embracing who you are. You're not for everybody. Not everybody. And this comes, I understand that sometimes it doesn't feel right. It doesn't, because if you really care about somebody, you're like, we're meant to be, but they don't see it that way. And so you think there's something wrong with you. And I want you to say, like, think about it this way. If somebody doesn't like apples or something, because whatever reason, they don't like apples, you're like, it wouldn't offend, right? You wouldn't think that there's anything wrong with apples, especially if you love apples and you're like, apples are awesome, they're just weird. And that's totally cool, right? So if somebody if somebody didn't choose you, if somebody didn't, like if you're not their cup of tea for whatever reason, right? Even if it seems like you would be their cup of tea, it's not on you, is what I'm saying here. It's not on you. You're not for everybody, and everybody's not for you, right? You like there are people, I'm sure, who really liked you, and you didn't like them back. It just wasn't. And so I feel like once you've gotten like clear on that, and whether this is like romantic, which does feel like a little romantic, or could be like other things, but you're gonna thrive, you're gonna succeed, you're gonna be like, I'm awesome. I almost want to say, like, you're just gonna be like, yes, I'm the best. And I don't worry, that's not ego. It's your guardian angel saying yes, 100%. They support you. So, and for some of you who this is like old stuff, like, look, a new relationship that's going well, it's coming, but self-love is so important here. And so this is what it's coming here. You gotta realize this, that this is like, and I love that your guardian angel said that. It's like, it's not don't take it personal. Like, I know it's personal because you're like, oh my goodness, especially if you were rejected in some way, or you feel abandoned, or you feel rejected, or whatever that is. Like, sometimes people just, it just doesn't work. We may think it's like, we may feel it, but sometimes it doesn't work. That's not about you. That's about the other person and the possible taste or what they're going through. Who knows? But I always like to think everybody's doing the best they can. It's just, that sometimes we can't. So get out of this 8 of Swords. Maybe drop some of the stuff that is weighing you down. I feel like because you're taking too much. I feel like you're also taking responsibility for things that aren't even part of your responsibility at all. And your guardian angel saying, like, no, you got to drop some, my friend. No longer take this on. This is what I'm seeing here, and I'm okay with it, because I know that you're going to, like, that confidence is coming. You're going to see this. I feel like you're going to clear all of this out, and then you're going to see how awesome you are. Let's see what other guidance we can give you. No. I like that you have that, because you deserve it. All right, hold on. All right, look at that. So release. Oh, sorry about that. So release anything that keeps you from your path of authenticity. And this is funny because Group 1, I think, got it too. Magnificence. This Group 2 got this one. So you are amazing, magnificent, unique, but most importantly, you are enough. And that's an important thing that's coming through for you, because you are. And I feel like you need to hear it. So I'm going to say it one more time, and I'll even put a little pizzazz to it. So magnificent. You are amazing, magnificent, and unique. But most importantly, you are enough. More than enough, my friend. And look at this, you have freedom. So follow your heart and nurture your soul with love and freedom to grow. And this is what we're doing right now. We're growing, right? This is our growth here. You're soaring. You're meant to soar. I almost feel like whatever this is trying to keep you down, but your heart wants to soar and it wants to be free. Creation. So being creative is a wonderful way of witnessing the unfolding of your limitless creative soul. So maybe it's time for you to create. For some of you, if you're being called to watch group 1, please do so. There might be something there for you, my friends. But this, especially with this Queen of Wands, they were there as well. After all of this, what I really want to say is you're in guardian angel saying, whatever you're going through, whatever this free fall, this tower moment is like over, you're gonna not only get over it, but you're gonna like thrive. So don't feel like hopelessness. It's not. You don't even know how awesome it's gonna be, my friend. So, but acknowledge, sometimes people don't like us, and it's okay. They have the right to not like us, and we have the right to not like certain people. It doesn't mean anything about you, right? And if you do, and if you feel like, oh, I have to change certain ways about me, then, but being you is sort of like, that's who you're meant to be. I hope that makes sense. So I feel very, very completely honored that I was able to read your cards. And if you did like this reading, do please give it a thumbs up, and do consider subscribing. And also, if you haven't done so, go check out the community tab and enter for the personal reading giveaway. It's for 1 hour long, and we have 2 winners that we're able to do this month. And also vote on which reading you like. This one was one of them, and I should have the poll for the following next 2 weeks up soon. So thank you so much for being here. I'm sending you a giant hug and telling you what you're going to say it one more time. You are magnificent. You are amazing, magnificent, unique. Yes, and most importantly, you are enough. More than enough, my friend. Giant hug. I love you. Bye-bye. Hello, my friends from group 4. I'm so happy you are here. I'm sorry that I'm singing, but this is a beautiful reading. I really am liking this one. Not all readings always feel like this, but this is like such a positive, such a beautiful reading. I am so like honored and blessed to be able to read these cards for you. All right, so let's see, what is your guardian angel trying to tell you? So this is the overall energy we have. Remember, our soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. Star family, you are part of a team of souls, call and support. So first of all, well, we can see the star family, it is time for you to connect to others. And I have to say that that's something important, because we kind of tend to forget. We tend to forget that we are part of something bigger, and we feel like we are by ourselves. But that's not the case at all. There's always somebody there. There's always their support for you. So remember that. If you're feeling lonely, if you're feeling like you can't, call in your guardian angel, call in your past loved ones. And just, there's also this sense of soul plan. So what I want you to see is not that you might have a plan, but I feel like your guardian angels or something, there's even bigger plans for you than you imagine. But I also keep like feeling like you're feeling alone. You're feeling like there's like, you can't do this, but you can. I feel like there's a lot of support here, especially on this path. I feel like this is very much so a spiritual path here for you. The fated life versus the destiny life. And I also have to say, like, you have the choice. You always have the choice to choose. Yeah, there's a sense of like you needing to hear that. You have the freedom to choose. And when you need support, there is support always available. Let's see what other things inspire you. This is the Starseed Oracle. This one, you can find that in Hay House, and this is my Nature Healing Oracle. You can find it at Etsy. Aspire and escape. So there's a sense here that you aspire, right? And I really like that, because it's sort of like, what do you aspire towards? Like, what do you really want? Maybe that's what it is. Like, you're feeling like, I feel like you feel like things can change, or you can't change, but you can. There is a sense of changing, and even like, I feel like there's even greater calling here for you. So what do you aspire for? What do you really, really want? What do you want for yourself? And I mean that in so many levels, and I guess in every category, but I really, who do you want to be? And here's an important one, like, if you're looking back on your like deathbed, not everybody likes this, but what do you want to be known for? What do you want your life to look back? Like, when you're close to ending this physical journey, what did you want your life to be now? So like, what is it? And that's like what you're aspiring for. You can do it. It's gonna take time, because you can already see it's like it takes a while for the tree to grow and be tall and have beautiful leaves. But then there's a sense of escape here. So there's a balance here that I'm seeing here, in terms of, there's a sense of aspiring for greatness, but allowing yourself to rest. So like working towards things, but also allowing yourself to play, right? There's the sense of balancing here. So fated life versus destiny life. It almost feels like there's what your dreams are coming through, and what it like, but also enjoy. Okay, so here is it. It's like the life you want to lead, but also enjoying the life that you have now. That's sort of what I'm feeling for you. I hope that makes sense. So there's stable. Wow, we have cold, and we have great. Okay, so we have all these things. The cold here is again reminding me of like, it feels like you think you're alone. I mean, like, and it feels like you're alone, but you're not alone. There's a sense of, yes, you are unique, right? Like, there's a unique, there you are, a unique individual, but there is a star family. There's a team of supporters, your guardian angel being one of them, that is there to support. You're not alone is what I'm really hearing. Yeah. And then there's the stability. Again, there's the stability of like aspiring, and then also like working towards it, but then there's also a need for rest. I almost feel like there's a time for you to act, and then a time for you to allow Spirit, God, to help you, like, you know, like to like finding that balance. And it's really hard. I'm telling you, as a person, like somebody who has this, like, I go on like where I do a lot, and then I burn out. And then there's times where I just don't do anything. It's finding that balance. That's all. That's where it's at right there, my friend. That's where we need to find this balance. All right, let's see what angel. This is the Lavender Dreams, and then this is your Feelings in Bloom. This is by Beloved Tarot. So we have breakup, endings and new beginnings, emotional upheaval, obstacles. So maybe there is a sense of breaking up. But some of them have turned into like love readings a little bit. But that's okay. So maybe you've broken up and you feel like you're in the cold. That's okay, because I feel like what I'm saying is, like, if that is like not meant for you, if what's ever meant for you will be. Yeah, I feel like that goes with connections as well. So if it's meant to be, it will be. There's a sense, or there's a sense of like something ending, but there's a new beginning coming forward for you. So that's an important thing. There's something new coming. Like, this cold, this is the winter, but the spring will come, and I feel like the spring is coming. That's something that's big. And we have fearless. I expand my comfort zone. So it's something like you're coming out of your comfort zone. You're aspiring for something more, reaching for something else. The spider can also be a sense of creativity. Even here you have like, there's a sense of passion, a sense of something that is like your creativity. And I feel like that's an overall message for everybody. It's like, it's time for us to create. It's time for us to get out of our comfort zone and create the life, the person we want to be. So this is an important message here. So even though there might be endings, There might be some sort of endings where you feel like I'm alone. You feel like, oh no, you feel like this cold. No, like it's okay. There's a new beginning. Acknowledging though that you are unique is an important aspect here as well. Let's see what your angel card. So this is your angel heart card, and this is by V Love and Tarot. You can find it on Etsy, and she also has it on eBay, if I'm not mistaken. So balance, and then I don't repeat those numbers, I'm sorry to say, but balance and priorities are required in order to achieve success in your relationships, health, goals, and finances. And so here it is again, stable. Balance and priorities are required in order to achieve success in your relationships, health, goals, and finances. So you need to have this balance. What is this balance of like aspiring for something and then taking action, but also allowing yourself to have a break too. I really do feel like I mean, at least I go through the thing where I do a lot, and then I kind of don't do anything. It's because I burnt out. And so I feel like we have to find this balance. And I feel like that your guardian angels are saying that's coming through. So in transition, and you are, look at this, you are moving higher, you are moving to something better. Transition is with Archangel Azrael. And so it's funny because it's sort of like, he's also the angel of like death when we leave the body. And so I feel like there's a sense of us ending something. And then it's funny because I was saying like, how if you look back on your life, what do you want it to be like? And it feels like that's what it is. It's like you're at this moment where you have to make some sort of decision. What do you want your life to be like? What do you want you to be like? And then finding that balance. And kind of going out of your comfort zone. All right, let's see what your tarot has for us. Collective of group for telling you. What does the collective of group for guardian angel want them to hear right now? What does the collective of group? Okay. It's so funny because it's sort of like, and we have a little bit of Hermit here. I'm gonna take a lot more. Yeah, like I kind of have this like the Ace of Cups is coming through. There's also the Knight of Pentacles was the bottom of the deck. But I want to say like there is a sense here like of taking action. There is. I want to say that the devil here is that thing that is that comfort zone here. It's what it kind of keeps you held back, and it's sort of like. Yeah, I feel like there's a sense of temptation. I really feel like it's sort of like you feel bad because sometimes we take a break, but there's this balance. You just have to find the balance, and it's really hard. Actually, if you actually notice, a lot of people go from extremes. Going through extremes is a lot easier than trying to find the middle path to most things. I hear you. So, but with the devil card here, I'm seeing it's sort of like whatever it is that you use, like whether it's sometimes binge watching stuff or eating stuff that's unhealthy, you're ready to move on. You're ready to make that change. But again, something keeps pulling you back. Your old habits kind of keep pulling you back. And that's an important thing. Could also be your ex that keeps pulling you back. And you're like, no, this isn't working out. But they keep calling you back. But it's time for you to move forward. Right? Because there's an Ace of Cups. And that's like a sort of a new beginning of happiness, of fulfillment coming through here. And you even have here, like, look, 10 of Pentacles, joy, happiness. But again, it comes from taking, like, this is like the Knight of Swords is taking spontaneous action, actually taking action. There's a sense of persevering, the Nine of Wands, persevering, but then there's also a sense of rest and going deep within yourself, the Hermit, right? Which is funny because I feel like it's almost like go within yourself, but also you have to also do things physically outside as well. So finding that balance of like maybe rest. So like I said, escape, going on vacation, resting but working. So working, resting, being introverted, and then also being extroverted. So it's sort of like, I feel like there's a sense of you needing to find balance in so many different ways. But once you do, you're going to be it's like a lot of happiness is coming towards you because of this. I almost feel like whatever it is, there's also another sense coming through here of like, don't give up on something. Like, don't give up something that seems like it's really hard, don't give up on it, because I feel like you're going to succeed with it. I really do feel like that's something coming through here. But if you need to rest, take the rest, right? When you feel like taking action, take action. There's a sense of happiness and joy that's coming for you as well. Really like this. I'm like, you have no idea how beautiful this reading is. And this is a reading where also, like, if you were called to like look at other piles, I think this is a good one for that, because it's sort of like they're all kind of interconnected. So let's see what other. Look at the magnificent. And this just keeps coming. So you are amazing, magnificent, unique, but most importantly, you are enough. And this is sort of like that keeps coming over and over and over. Like it came in, I think, at least 3 of the piles, if not 4. Dreams, the dreams. So universe speaks to you through your dreams, and that's why resting, the 4 of Swords, and escaping and allowing yourself to take time off is so important, because the universe is speaking through, and so the universe could be that your guardian angels could also be speaking through you through your dreams as well, right? And then also the hermit mode is coming through here. So there's a lot of sense of, I feel like with this hermit is like going deep within yourself. Maybe meditating would be really helpful in this kind of, I feel like, especially when you're looking for answers, meditating, allowing yourself to see this. Don't get so caught up in old patterns that we have. And we have reflection, which is perfect with this. See all aspects of yourself through the reflection of the one who mirrors your hidden self. Oh, that's a strong one. Because see all aspects of yourself through the reflection of the one who mirrors your hidden self. So, and what I see with that, it's like the person who kind of like, I always think of that, those people who trigger us are actually usually a reflection of our hidden self. That's why they trigger us. Otherwise, there wouldn't be no trigger. Oh, look at this! You got your star seed. So, star seed, raise your vibration raise the vibration of the planets through radiating your loving light. Yes, you are, and I feel like you can already see that. That's what's happening. You are there in channel. Also, for some of you, you are a channel through which healing energy reaches the world. Yes, but then I want you to see that, and so you have this amazing things to give to the world. But sometimes you need to call in support if you're feeling like you need a little reassurance or love coming through. So soul family, calling them in. There's also a sense of like, you give so much, but you also have to rest, to recuperate, to fill this cup again, right? You keep giving your cup out, you have to fill it up again. And so that's an important thing. One more I would like. Blue star. Wow, look at this. Follow the light of your inner compass, the blue star. It will lead you to the truth that resides within your soul. And again, look at this reflection. And even the Knight of Swords is that. But here, I want you to see this. I remember soul plan, the fated life versus, and here's like, I almost feel like that's your blue star. This is your true north coming true here. So listen to your inner compass. That's why the hermit is there. That's ended here because my camera is overheated. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for letting me read your cards. I feel so honored that I was able to do so. I am sending you a giant hug. If you did like this reading, do consider giving it a thumbs up and consider subscribing and going checking out the community tab where you can vote for the readings that you want me to do, and also enter in the personal reading giveaway for this month. There's 2 possible winners and they're 1 hour long each. So good luck, and I am sending you a giant hug, and thank you just for being here. You are awesome, my friends. Magnificent. You're amazing, magnificent, unique, but most importantly, you are enough. So always remember that. And until I see you in the next one, bye-bye, my dear friends.